Speak Life Podcast, only podcast that expand your life expectancy. Understand? Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the Speak Life Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
This is supposed to be the only podcast that expands your life expectancies. So I hope it happens, alright? So I got 5 questions, right? And these 5 questions, you can't be wrong, you can't be right. It's just your answer, right? So starting light, the first one is, how do you have fun?
How do I have fun? That was the first question?
That's the first question.
I travel. I mean, me and my partner, we always travel. We always try to do stuff that's out of the norm. Stuff we wouldn't think about doing on a daily basis. We go snorkeling, all them type of things. Kind of exciting.
Alright, and you feel like that's like a release?
Yeah, I mean, I do think you need a break from work itself. You do need a release. It's good for your mental health.
So it's like that, because if you say it makes you happy and it's a release away, how do you put, I'm assuming you're happy working, right? So like, how would you consider that now? Like work, because you say away from work you need a release, and then out. Like,
I mean, you need a balance. You need something that makes you money, and then you need something that makes you happy. I mean, you can make what you're doing, it could be something that makes you happy, yes. But then you also need a balance in knowing, or switching up sometimes.
So I kind of have this thing where it's like, stuff that makes me happy, and I put my energy into it, is like, you have that state of burnout because you just keep going, you know what I mean? And as you say, like the balance. So I kind of see what you're saying. It's like, if you don't have that acknowledgement or the knowledge of, yeah, let me actually take that break and look at it as a release, a place of happiness. It kind of maintains that seriousness and the mixture of happiness where you're working with, just like you believe in, and then you were full on with the other one. So I see what I'm saying, because as I said, for me, like I would burn out because I do something so much, and then I would think like having fun is a bad thing, you know what I mean? But like when you said that now, you kind of put it in a different perspective, because I was wondering, like, I thought you say like, oh, I do my work for fun, but you said like,
I mean, my work is, what I do is fun for me. I don't see it as work. I see it more as me coming to work, doing something that I love. But yeah, you do need to take a break sometimes, and that's where the balance would come in.
all right, that question was supposed to be a light question, all right? You think you found the right occupation?
A little bit. At first, I wasn't really into tattooing, because I was like, okay, you get to do blood and all that stuff. But I had a mentor. He was like, you know what, try it, see if you like it, because I was always into art. I started off doing designing, and then I started doing like mental flashes and stuff.
Sorry, what type of design?
Design?
Yeah.
As in what type of design I do?
Yeah.
Tattoo design.
No, not now. I mean, like, what you started off with.
Oh, I used to be, well, I'm an artist regardless, but I paint. I used to paint. I used to draw. Yeah, a bunch of different stuff.
For fun, or you like so?
Yeah, for fun.
For
But
fun,
not for right now.
Yeah.
It's a good little break.
And I've been having this conversation with one of my mentors, and they're like, even for me, like my art pieces or whatever work I do, I don't have to focus my energy on doing it, getting it sold. I could use it as an asset, you know what I mean? Like, I say I do a canvas, I could have it there until someone comes to buy it. It's just an asset I'm sitting on instead of going on searching, because, you know, like, time has a lot of value. So,
So yeah, you should create for fun. I mean, that's what I used to do until I found that I could be profiting from tattooing, which is a form of art. So, yeah. I love it.
Person was like creating for fun, right? Because there's one particular thing that I lost a little, not a little bit, but a lot of love for recently, right? And it was just because the deeper and the further I got into it, the less fun it was, right? And I think it was just a matter of like realization, because you do have people that have fun with it, I felt like it was just like more for me. It was anything I might really do something that I love. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't want to say it's an attachment to it, right? But I still feel the need to go out there and put energy in it, put time in it, like help it to grow. However, it's not like one of the main things again. So for somebody who has like a shift in like a dramatic thing, saying going from a number one to like a number three, you understand? And then you've neglected 2 and 3 for like so long, right? For someone starting a new path like that, what would be your advice?
I'd say try different stuff. I mean, you're not always gonna stick to like one thing. You can try one thing and then you find out that you can do something else and do something else and then that sticks to you.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, just try a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like especially for creatives, I feel like when they say, well, when people see them trying a lot of stuff, they be like, "Oh, you're so indecisive," and like,
no, but that's you trying to find yourself.
yeah,
You know, so you're not gonna be like, oh well, today I'd love to be an accountant or something, and then next day you're like, oh, I'm a person that's into the arts, you know.
yeah,
But obviously you make money from one of these things, and the next one gives you happiness.
yeah.
So you still have to try different stuff.
I agree. Yeah, right now, I feel like this conversation we're having, we're like those two fishes. I'm that little silver one all over the place, and you just one place chilling. All right, so like the third question, I always ask this question for all the artists, for all the entrepreneurs that do the podcast, and that find a financial tip. However, if you repeat a financial tip that somebody has already, get you anywhere.
Okay. Like, let's give you one financial tip.
Just one.
Well, I mean, first of all, for me, I think you need goals and stuff like that. So if you plan to save, I'd say make like mini goals first before you say like, oh well, I'm trying to save 100,000 this year. You know, like instead of doing that, you should just be like, okay, well I can save 10 grand this week. You know, like think about it on a smaller scale first before you think about the big picture. Because if you take the baby steps, you know that you can reach this big old milestone that you were going for. Is that one of them?
Nah, it wasn't, but that was a really good one. That's a really good one.
Financial tip. I guess you have to make a habit. Start saving. Start thinking about what it is that you want to invest in. If you plan to buy stuff just to buy stuff, or you're trying to buy stuff that will make you become a better person kind of thing, or I don't know. Start thinking about your needs and wants and see which one is actually wanting.
Yeah, I think that's so important, especially when it comes to the investing part, because you don't want to be investing in like what you don't even like or use or like utilize, you know. So yeah, those are good. Those are good.
Just think about if you really need this thing, like how will it benefit you, or if you really want this thing, if it will benefit you, you know.
Facts. Question number 4. So this is a concept, right? I'm a man of concepts, boy, trust me. I be thinking about so many stuff, right? But liberation is art.
Elaborate.
All right. Do you feel it is so close to art that you could consider art liberation? Even if I don't stay around, but my creation starts to reflect any part that is not me. It doesn't have to be my mentor. It could have been Tom, Dave, whoever it is, right? If it doesn't reflect me after I learn the foundation, I feel like I become a product and then I stay within the field, right? Because the mere fact I was trying to make my way in this field is I'm not in the field. You know what I'm saying? But why when a lot of artists get the foundation or learn how to be within the field, then they automatically like attach themselves to like one thing.
Just don't put yourself in a box and you try new things. Some people do it for money, so they stay in this particular box just to make that money that they know that, you know.
So then, is it really liberation then? I don't know. These are just stuff I think about this way.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can be wrong. It's just like a whole thought thing. Honestly, it's like really crazy how artists would say, oh, wait, like, I create all the students and all that, but you still create within, like, as I say, like, the accountants, once they come out of here, it's not applicable, right? Their art isn't applicable to them, or like, it's not appreciated by them if it doesn't fit within the field.
I mean, it depends on who you're around in your environment.
What do you mean expand on that?
I mean, I don't know, like, say for instance, you're trying to buy like this Bugatti or something, you not be chilling with Hondas type of thing. They not relate to you as much as like public Ferraris or like other places or people, you know.
So
it all depends on the people you're around.
So it then kind of comes up like goals and stuff like that.
It comes down to the environment.
You think environment has a lot more to do with your success value?
Yeah, who you surround yourself with, the type of people you out with, the type of places you go in, the type of things you do. Yeah, that's the environment.
Hey, that's foxy though, because like I feel it's like with your goals, you gotta drive the motivation, all of that. You probably have the conviction and everything that's going forward. But then when you're around a community that is like minded on where you need to be, like it works on the subconscious also, you know. But when you by yourself, you don't really get away from that subconscious. And subconscious is how you act and like our reflex and stuff like that. So I do see how like a community or like certain type of could be like a constant.
And if you think about it, if you surround yourself with people that actually have the same interests as you, or they out here support you to the fullest, you know, no fake vibes or anything, you actually gonna like push yourself to be like the great type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're around people that just out here talking down on you, you will feel little, you not feel like, oh well, I can be doing so much more than being around all these people that just talking down on you.
Wow.
You know?
Let's take it to another level, right? Let's take it a step up. Outside of you elevating to reach your goals and surrounding yourself around the right people, what happened when you want to be the best that you can be? And there's so much of a self art. Doing it solo, let's call it that, right? Doing it solo, but the solo you're doing it is not that, oh, I don't want to take help from anyone. The solo it's so honest to you that like your dreams that you're trying to accomplish is so honest to you that some people just can't fathom it. And in some like certain dreams, like because it's so unfathomable or uncommon, like there's no support. So what happened then? What my drive is, who I gonna surround myself around?
I mean, that's where your self-confidence would come in. You would be the person to push your own self. I mean, obviously, you not have people out here waking up in the morning to be like, oh, well, you need to get this done today. You know, you have to wake yourself up and be like, okay, this is what I want for myself. If I do this today, then tomorrow will be better type of thing. I mean, I have people come in and say like, oh, well, why are you working by yourself? Why don't you have another person? And I'm like, I mean, this is my space. I get to get up and be like, okay, this is what I want to do for the day. I don't have nobody influencing me to be like, okay, well, you don't have to go to work right now, let's go for a drink type of thing, you know. I get to actually control my space, my time, and actually, you know, enjoy my space a little bit.
So when you just said, it really kind of like put a thought in my head, where it's like, back to the whole concept of liberation is art. It's kind of like you have to find out what liberation really means. But you have to find out like what liberation means for yourself, and then go after it. Because like liberation for you, like your definition of liberation or what hits home for you, probably home for me. So then I started realizing like it's maybe a whole like non-connecting things like liberation, or I think art is just like an expression.
Yeah, it's an expression. I mean, there's no limits to art. So everybody would express a different type of art. I mean, if you sit down and be like, okay, you have like 10 people in a room, you say, all right, everybody draw a female. Each drawing not gonna be the same. Yes, it's gonna have the same features, but it's not going to be totally the same. Where the lines in the exact spot you know, or some will be colored, some will be not colored. So art is, yeah, you can't put art in content.
Hey, but let's talk about community though, like contribution to that. Where it's like you say every joint is gonna be different. I feel like society and community trying to bring it to a place where everybody's the same.
It's the same.
Like when I eat that paper, you and you don't give me the same thing, right? Especially with AI, think about it. If I take away your individualism in terms of creating, like everything's gonna it's gonna start being created within a field. You understand? This is the last one though, number 5. Isn't it? Would you do it over again and again and again and again? The same route you went through to be where you are right now, again and again and again.
I would.
Again and again and again and again.
I mean, yeah, I actually comfortable in where I am right now, and I know where I'm heading, everything. And you know that you made the little decisions moving forward to get to where you want to get. So I appreciate everything that happened so far. Either if it wasn't like good or, you know, or like traumatic type of thing. But I do appreciate like each thing. Everything is supposed to happen for a reason.
So you feel you're a person who say you're more interested by the journey now. You're more interested by the journey.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Everyone on their own path.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Man. I like this one. This one was good. But it was a pleasure.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for taking the time out. This beautiful studio.
Thank you.
Beautiful showcase and everything. So yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right.